Today I will be sharing the Revell 65 Chevy Stepside pickup 2-in-1 kit. So I wanted another little palette cleanser where I can just build something straight out of the box and have a nice satisfying build. And upon inspecting the parts and looking at everything, it looked to be a pretty good, promising kit. So the parts are very nice and sharp. The detail was sharp and crisp. Um, Considering this is a model from 2012, I believe. The piece parts themselves looked really good, including the plating on the parts. For example, the grill, the wheels are really nice. The bumpers, and so it looked very promising. So as I started, I put the engine together. That went together well. And one of the things that I intended to do was, since it's a two-in-one kit, and it allows you to build it either in a stock configuration, stock mode, or a more customized truck with a sporty wheels, and it allowed you to change out the front, the A-arm assembly so that you could lower it a little, except it didn't do anything for the rear, which would give it a sort of a inclined rear end where it would be lifted up in the air. So what I decided to do is do a little customization of my own and lower it even further. And when I cut here, I'll explain a little more of what I did. So this is my chassis and interior mocked up before I put it all together. I wanted to share a little bit of customization that I did. I chopped up the suspension in the front, the A-arms, the shocks, and the springs so that I can lower it and bring the wheels closer to the chassis. I did the same in the rear. I cut the frame so that I can bring the rear axle closer to the chassis and give it a nice even stance when it's lowered. The only other bit that I did was I added some spark plug wires to the engine. And the interior is put together, and it's pretty much stock. The instrument cluster is in, the steering wheel, and not much else is in there. So after the suspension modifications, I started to assemble the rest of the kit, starting with the body. And one of the things that ended up happening, as with the previous kit that I built up, the other Chevy that I built up, I think it was a '54 Ford, the hood had an issue yet again. This time it wasn't warped, but on one side I had a gap which was over about a thousandth of an inch off, and on the other side was about 1.5, almost 2 thousandths. This side was off by 1 thousandth, and the other side by about two thousandths of an inch. So what I needed to do was I grafted some extra styrene on the ends of the edges on both sides, and just slowly I puttied and sanded till I got the okay dimensions of where I wanted to be. But still wasn't good enough. It's the fit. It's an ill-fitting hood. It's just I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, or I don't understand why others aren't complaining about this. I have no problems with any other kits other than my car kits. And what stinks is I have about 20 of these suckers sitting in a corner ready to be built, all different trucks and cars. Revell, Monogram, and what else? AMC. And so it's kind of disappointing. Yeah, it was at that point when I reached the hood that I thought maybe I'll just throw the sucker out the window and just use it for spare parts. when I customize other kits, some of my sci-fi stuff, or you use it for cannibalizing and for greeblies. But you know what? I decided to push through and just build it. I thought, what the hell? You know what? Just throw it together, paint it, and just put it aside. Call it done. So I did. After fighting with the hood for 3 days, I pushed on. I decided to put it together. It's all basically stock. Uh, the thing that turned out really nice that I was very surprised about is the paint job. The paint job came out flawless. I do what I typically do. I wash all the parts. I wipe it down with alcohol before I spray, and I painted it, and it came out near perfect. I'm so happy with the paint job. And again, as I went on and started adding the body parts to the chassis, I started running into fit issues and things that just should not happen. And I had to do some cutting away, trimming of plastic and sanding and making things sit flat, so that they'll mate nice and neat like it should. And after all is said and done, though, and installing the cab and the bed, it hides a lot of the crimes. Most of the parts that I had to deal with are on the underside. So again, not a big deal, but it does irk me that I have to fix things out of the box. When I have a brand new kit, I should not have to fix things before or as I'm building the thing. That should just not be. And so, again, some of the highlights, though, not to harp on too much, but the highlights of the vehicle are, of course, it's a 65 Chevy. It's a beautiful design, though I'm not really into step sides. I prefer fleet sides, because I had friends that all had fleet side Chevys, and what these guys did with them, they were all gearheads, and these guys would do things like take these and take a wrecked truck, and they'd piece it together, and the body would be nice and clean. And then they'd go to their yard and pick up a nice vet engine and drop it in there. And these things were monster machines that my friends would build. And so I these things have a soft spot in my heart for the old hot rod models and the actual cars. So anyway, to go on. After fixing all the problems, the rest came together okay. When I mated the cab, I don't remember any big issues. Um, the bed either. The bed looked really good, and what I was really happy with was after uh, doing up all the chopping up of the underside is the stance of the vehicle looks really good, which I'm very happy with. Uh, let's see what else. Though the decals, the decals are of nice quality. I liked how those went on. They went on nice and easy. Absolutely zero issues, and they look really good on. Another nice bit of detail that I thought I would point out is if you look at you really can't see the calipers, but you could see the rotors, the discs, and they are nicely detailed. They look really, really neat. They're machined. They have a machine finish, and they're drilled out. It's actually a decal, but it looks really good behind the wheel there. Let's see what else. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much another uh, disappointing kit, really. I mean, it turned out okay. It looks really good in the end, but uh, for what they're charging for these kits, I am so glad that my wife is picking these up at the craft store for like under $20 for me. So it isn't that big of a disappointment. But if I were paying retail, which is with these things are going for 25, $30 now, yeah, it's not worth that money. There's so many better kits you could buy. Anything Bandai, anything Kotobukiya, anything what's the other one I like? Wave. Any of those model kits, they're just flawless. The engineering is so well done, and the way parts go together. As a matter of fact, I just picked up a stack of kits over here that are transformer kits. They're small snap together kits, but those parts and kits look fantastic. So maybe I'll tackle a couple of those for the next build. But I'll show here a little more of the truck and the underside. So here it is with the hood up. One of the nice additions that they included was the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. I thought that was kind of nice, which is right here. Also, the chrome valve covers are really nice. The custom air cleaner is also a really nice piece. And again, some of these parts, they're really nice and crisp with detail. Just the frustration is some of the assembly is just ridiculous to have to deal with. There's a nice detailed battery right there. The heater core is a nice a detailed piece. Also, I just noticed one other addition, customization that I did is I made this exhaust tip just from some sprue, and I hollowed it out and placed it on there, which I think looks really good.